Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
Good morning, friends. Greetings and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado, registered pharmacist number 12275. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health, vitality, well-being, to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 28 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like acne and psoriasis and eczema and rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system. It's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing, renewing, regenerating system a miracle, it is no miracle at all. It is simply the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, if you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, if you have a loved one who's on medication, you want to help them out, we're here for you. 844-236-6010 is our number. If you have a success story you'd like to share, if you want to contribute to the conversation, if you have questions about the longevity products, the ones I take and the ones I recommend, the ones I've taken for 17 years now, including the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, the Beyond Organic products, all the fine longevity products designed by Dr. Wallach and Jordan Rubin and Richard Renton and all the folks at Longevity. Our number is 844-236-6010, and we welcome your phone calls here on The Bright Side. If you're interested in purchasing any of the products we recommend or advertise, you can head over to brightsideben.com, my website, or my blog, pharmacistben.com, or now criticalhealthnews.com, and order right off the website, or you can call the Brightside Ben phone team, too, 866-735-2470. So head over to brightsideben.com or pharmacistben.com, and you can check out my blog, which we update regularly with news stories and blog posts, or you can go over to criticalhealthnews.com and purchase any of the longevity products, or you can call the phone team, 866-735-2470. Let us help you change your life today. Let us help you change the lives of your friends and loved ones and families today as well. Okay, we're talking anxiety. We've been talking about anxiety for the last couple of weeks. It's kind of, this is a nutritional program, I understand, but really it's a health program. And there's lots more to good health than just nutrition. Sure, nutrition's important. I love talking about it. I'm a chemist at the end of the day. I love chemistry, and nutrition is important. But when it comes to mental health issues, it's a little different in the sense that there's a real big role that the mind plays, obviously, in mental health. We've talked about non-nutritional strategies for the last few days, deep breathing techniques, immersion therapy, hot tubs, etc. We've talked about mostly non-nutritional therapies for the last few days for reducing jitteriness, insomnia, mania, or just the plain old discomfort that's associated with mental health problems. Today we're going to talk about the relationship of nitrogen, explosive nitrogen. It's technically not explosive, but when it's attached to other things, it becomes explosive. It's incredibly important for life. Plants have an ability to turn nitrogen. I should say bacteria have an ability to turn nitrogen from the air into something plants can use. Plants then turn that nitrogen into protein. We eat the plants, etc. So nitrogen is the key element of the life cycle. Nitric oxide is one of the ways nitrogen shows up in the body. Nitric oxide, as we'll come to find out here, is related to nitrates and nitrites. So don't believe everything that you've heard in the terms of memes, mainstream media memes, belief systems, ideas about nitrates and nitrates. As with everything else, the mainstream media is full of crapola. Well, partially anyway. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We'll talk about the relationship between probiotics and gut bacteria and anxiety. If you're dealing with anxiety or any mental health issues, these kinds of strategies are very, very important. And please know, you can almost instantly, pretty much instantly reverse the jitteriness and the insomnia and the mania and the high blood pressure and everything else that's associated with mental and emotional distress. It doesn't take a long time. You don't try to get better. mentally. You just do it. Boom, like that. If you're trying, you're not doing it. There's no try, as Yoda says. I hate that word try anyway. I never say the word try. I'll try. What a weasel word. What a cop-out word. I'm trying. I'll try. Don't you always say that when you know that there's a good chance you're not going to be doing something? Oh, I'll try to make it to your party. Oh, I'll try to make it tomorrow night. Isn't that a way of kind of giving yourself an out? It's one thing if you're saying I'll try about making an appointment, but if you're saying I'll try to get better, what is that saying? You actually want an out? You actually want an exit to try to get better? You're not trying. Get better or no? You're doing or no? I think the missing link when it comes to addressing mental health issues is the fact that we have to address the mental part. That's what mental health issues are. They're mind issues, anxiety, depression, mania, bipolar disorder. All these mental health issues are mind issues. It's important that we make this distinction between the mind and the body, between what the ancient Greeks called soma and psyche. Soma for body and psyche for mind, or maybe even soul. If you ever heard the term psychedelic, which has become associated with drugs and hippies in the 1960s, all it really means, psychedelic means to reveal the soul. So you can call the psyche the mind or even the soul, but the key point to remember is that it is distinct, at least in terms of how we work with it. It is distinct from the body. It's not really distinct. It's all mind in a way. But in terms of how we deal with mental health issues, we want to make a distinction between the mind and the body. If you have mental health issues, whether they're as mild, as benign, as minor as anxiety, or as major as depression or suicidal thoughts or psychoses or neuroses, please recognize that it's important to make this distinction between soma and psyche, between body and mind, not just conceptually, not just as an idea, but really, truly, experientially, really feeling it. We got to learn how to move our attention. Think of your attention like one of those lighthouse lights that's kind of scanning the ocean, looking for ships. That's what our attention is. Our attention is it's a thing. It's a commodity. In fact, our attention is actually a form of currency. We pay attention. We spend our attention. And if we don't realize that we're paying attention as if it were money, that we're spending attention as if it were a kind of commodity, something that is precious to us, like money is precious, then we will be much more careful about how we pay it, how we spend our attention. Well, first, we have to recognize that it's a commodity. It's currency. And we can pay it and move it and spend it and do things with it. So we want to learn to move our attention in real time and in real life from our psyche, from our mind to our soma. This is key, you guys. This is so important. We want to learn to move our attention from our minds and our thoughts to our sensations, our sensual nature, the sensation in the body. We live in a culture where our minds are glorified and even deified, and perhaps this is appropriate. The mind is powerful, obviously. But we live too much just in our minds, solely in our minds. We live too much solely in our thoughts at the expense of living in our bodies. This is why we go to doctors, because we don't even feel our bodies. This is why we submit to testing and diagnostics and allergy testing. Classic example. We don't even know when we're feeling an allergy. We don't even know when we're feeling an allergic response. We need to have a doctor test our blood and then tell us based on scores. This is the classic example of defaulting from sensation and from body, from soma, into our mind. We live in our heads, and surprise, surprise, this is where all mental health issues are. They're in our head, including anxiety and depression, and all of it. That's where they all originate. They originate in our heads. Interestingly and fascinatingly, the only thing the body feels apart from the mind is pure sensation. Not pain, even if you think you're in pain. Pain is a description. Pain is a word. The body doesn't know pain. The body just knows pure sensation. Once a word enters, once a label enters, once a description enters, you've gone into mind. Try it. If you're in pain now, you think you're in pain now, try just feeling the pain without a label. It's just a sensation. In a way, it's actually even a pleasurable sensation, even pain. If you take the description off of it, can even be a pleasurable sensation. Even anxiety, from a body point of view, is nothing more than a sensation, and perhaps even one you like. Not pleasant or unpleasant, because those are descriptions, but just something you like. Pleasant and unpleasant, that's words. And the body doesn't deal with words. The body doesn't deal with descriptions. The body only deals with sensations, and the sensations themselves are pure. Not painful. That's a word. They're pure, and you know what? if you really feel those sensations, even sensations associated with words like anxiety or pain or unpleasantness, you really just feel the sensations without a label, there's a really good chance they may be enjoyable. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. We're coming back with more good health information on the bright side. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm George Norrie from Coast to Coast AM. I recently learned about a very unusual pharmacist who does not advocate use of prescription drugs, except in rare circumstances, say when powerful antibiotics are needed to kill a potentially lethal infection, such as pneumonia or staph. Instead, pharmacist Ben Fuchs from Boulder, Colorado, suggests always giving the body all the nutrients it needs to survive, thrive, escape illness, and live younger and longer. I don't think you will find anyone who knows more about how the body works and can explain it in such a delightful and entertaining way. Ben has recorded some very useful health nugget minutes that are available 24/7 online at criticalhealthnews.com. I invite you to log on to criticalhealthnews.com, listen to these Pharmacist Ben health nuggets, and maybe even interact with Ben via chat or email. You're going to love Pharmacist Ben online at criticalhealthnews.com.
Adam Miller here with Midas Resources. Today, January 19th, 2015, gold opened at $1276.40. A 1-ounce gold coin can be purchased for $1322.93, $661.47 for a half ounce, or $330.73 for a quarter ounce. That's $1258.35, $661.47, and $330.73.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? Wait a sec. Gold and silver is going up while Congress is trying to settle on the next debt increase. And there's no end to this madness. That old 401k and IRA can be converted into physical gold without tax consequences. I explained this in my book, 10 Reasons to Buy Gold. Don't let time slip away. Call for your free copy today, 800-686-2237. Get away from that Washington spin and get honest answers about gold. 800-686-2237. The book is free, 800-686-2237.
The Genesis Communications Network is one of America's premier broadcasters of captivating talk radio. We thank you for listening. Now, just imagine, there are thousands of people who are just as passionate about radio as you are. But what you may not realize is how easy and affordable it is to advertise with us. Radio commercials for your business could be heard on hundreds of radio stations across the U.S. every day. We can help you by creating an effective radio advertising campaign for your company. From script writing to producing your commercial, just like the one you're listening to right now. No other network provides the level of customer service we do. When it comes to radio advertising, we are your one-stop shop. And no matter how big or small your business is, we can help. Email us at advertise@gcnlive.com, and an experienced advertising executive will help you take the first step towards driving more customers to your business or website. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
We are America's largest independently owned communications network, GCN.
Okay, we are back on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for joining us. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time. Let's see, did I say that right? 10 to 11 Pacific Coast Time. I'm sorry. 9 to 10 Mountain Time, 10 to 11 Pacific Coast Time, and 24/7 on our archive page, brightsideben.com. Somebody told me there were some difficulties getting to the archive page a few days ago. I believe that is correct, has been corrected. If you have been trying to get to our archive page to catch up on some programming, check it again. I think that has been corrected over the last few days. And if not, shoot me an email and we'll see what we could do about that. brightsideben.com. You can purchase any of the longevity products you hear advertised on the program at brightsideben.com, or you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470 for a one-time $10 fee. You can start yourself a nutritional supplement business. You can help spread the word about the power and the importance of a good nutritional supplement program, and enjoy all the tax benefits associated with having your own business. Make some money, get your products at the wholesale price. You know all about it at 866-735-2470, the Brightside Ben phone team. Or you can click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com. If you're interested in chatting with us today, if you want to contribute to our conversation, you got a success story you want to share, if you've got questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs or the longevity products or the longevity business, our number is 844-236-6010. Got lines open for you. Try to call in early so we can get to as many calls as possible. 844-236-6010. Okay, so if you got mental health issues, anxiety, depression, or if you're just the kind of person who thinks all the time, nonstop, you can't seem to slow down your thoughts, do this experiment. And experimentation is very important for everything we're talking about here today. I'm giving you my experience. I'm giving you information that I've gleaned over the last almost 32 years of being in the healthcare field, including my days at working for Blistex in the laboratory and as a pharmacy student. I started this whole journey of mine in 1983. Now it's 2015. That's a long time, you guys. I can't even believe it. 32 years. And so I'm telling you stuff that I've learned, but it behooves us all to trust yet verify, as Ronald Reagan said, or as they say in Islam, trust in Allah, but tether your camel. Trust yet verify. Trust in Allah, but tether your camel. I like that. In any case, do an experiment. Move your attention. First of all, notice this thing called attention. Learn to work with attention, then move it back and forth from your mind to your body, from your psyche to your soma, mind to body, and back again. And notice the difference in how you feel. For most people, if your attention is placed solidly in the flesh, the mind will immediately quiet down. How cool is that? If you place your attention solidly in your torso, or in your belly, your abdomen, that's a great place. That's where our power is in our abdomen, in our little toe, in our hand, in our ear, anywhere in your body, or in the body as a whole. Place your attention in your body. For most people, if your attention is placed solidly in the body, you'll notice a sensation of pleasure. And you can do it anytime you want. And every time we talk about deep breathing techniques and immersion therapy, hot tubs, we're really talking about entering into the body. When you take a hot tub and you step into the hot water, your attention immediately goes into your body. Immediately. And what do you say when you step into a hot tub or hot bath? Ah, just like that. And that's your indicator of the parasympathetic activation of the relaxation nervous system, the healing nervous system. And by the way, when that happens, nitric oxide levels go up. You make more nitric oxide. We'll talk about that here in a second. Now, keep in mind, most people are going to feel a pull back up into the mind because it's habit. It's conditioned. So immediately after we are in the body, we'll probably go up into the mind. It's a conditioned habit. But over time, if you keep practicing and persisting, eventually you're going to be able to stay longer and longer in the body. Eventually you'll be able to stay longer and longer in this pleasurable sensation. You'll have to practice. It'll be exercise. It'll be a fun exercise. But the benefits, oh my gosh, the benefits are pure bliss and pure pleasure. And every time you feel that pure bliss and pure pleasure, every time you've entered into the body, you've activated your anti-wrinkle medicine, the best wrinkle cream there is. You've activated your bone-building medicine, the best bone-building medicine there is. Doesn't need a Fosamax, please. I can't even touch the bone-building, non-toxic, inexpensive, free nature of entering into the body with your attention and activating the parasympathetic nervous system. Try it. Let me know what you think. Shoot me an email, ben@ksco.com. Give it a shot. Let me know. Or try it right now. Give us a call, 844-236-6010. Let us know what you think. All right, I want to return to the subject of nitric oxide. I've gotten a ton of letters. People are mad at me. There's some guy in Santa Cruz who's really mad. He's probably not even listening anymore because I kept talking about nitric oxide and nitrates, et cetera, and I kept saying I was going to talk about it, and I know that. but there's so much to digress on. There's so much good stuff here. Anyway, nitric oxide, why it's important, and later on we're going to talk about how you keep your nitric oxide levels where they need to be. Remember, a lot of degenerative diseases are connected with nitrogen or nitric oxide deficiency. And that includes nitrates and nitrites. Nitrates and nitrites are super, super important. And I know, it's kind of a confusing subject. We've been talking about nitrates and nitrates for the last couple of weeks. We've digressed. I apologize for that. But we're going to be talking about nitrates and how to get more of them. Yes, I said more nitrates and more nitrites. How do you like that for in your face, in the medical model's face, in the medical model meme's face, getting more nitrates and nitrites in your diet through correct food choices? These things play an important role. These nitrites and nitrates play an important role in the chemistry of nitric oxide. We started talking about nitric oxide a few weeks ago as it affects inflammation. Nitric oxide is a hormone-like substance. It's a gas hormone. I'm just blown away by the idea of gas hormones. Mists that kind of sprayed out of cells. Mists that are sprayed out of cells that affect large areas of cells to cause a defensive response. The defensive response known as inflammation. Inflammation is a very important part of health. Inflammation is a very important part of health, but it has to be balanced. It's not like inflammation is a problem. It's inflammation that's out of balance that is a problem. It's excess inflammation that's a problem. It's inflammation that occurs chronically that's a problem. This is such an important concept in health, which is ultimately about concepts. Inflammation is an important part of the defense system, and it has to occur correctly. Not too much, not too little, and in balance with anti-inflammation. When the body's attacked by an invader, or it perceives that it's attacked, and that's where the mind comes in. When it's there's some kind of invasion, perceived or real. Invasions could be a splinter, they could be a food toxin, could be sugar. Keep in mind, sugar is a toxin to the body. After a certain amount of it is used, there's a small amount that you need. After that, it is toxic to the body. All of these are going to activate a defensive response. All of these are going to activate nitric oxide. Nitric oxide to the rescue. Nitric oxide is a superhero. Nitric oxide is a superhero chemical. It opens up blood vessels, increases oxygenation, drains away toxins, opens up the lymphatic system, allows white blood cells, that's the immune system, the soldiers of the immune system. Nitric oxide opens up the lymph, allows the soldiers of the immune system to access the invader. It helps drain away toxins and poisons, and that includes sugar. When you eat sugar, you get a bump in nitric oxide. Not making nitric oxide, you use nitric oxide to help drain away the sugar, to help fat cells suck up the glucose. And this should come as no surprise, there's also a relationship between anxiety and nitric oxide. Nitric oxide signals emergency to the brain. When there's an invader, there's an emergency, nitric oxide comes to the rescue, the brain sees the nitric oxide in the blood, and the brain reads that nitric oxide and says, oh my gosh, there must be an emergency, and this is where anxiety comes from. A sense of emergency that can be connected to the explosion of nitric oxide from sugar or from toxins or from invader, etc. All right, we'll continue talking about this when we come back from our break and take your phone calls as well. Try to get on board early, you guys. 844-236-6010. I want to get everybody in. I hate leaving people on hold. 844-236-6010.
Worried about getting sick and feeling terrible for days or even weeks? You need Immudyne for a healthy immune system. Why get sick and bother with products that just don't work? For just $1 a day, Immudyne is all natural and safe for all lifestyles. Call 866-257-8668 to buy now before it's too late, before you get sick. Or go to IMMUDYNE.com, Immudyne.com, or call 866-257-8668.
Virtually anyone can hack your cell phone and track your calls, your texts, your emails, your every movement, but only if they can detect a signal. Stay one step ahead of hackers and Big Brother with a Block-It Pocket, a custom-made pocket infused with pure silver that creates a complete Faraday enclosure for your cell phone. For free shipping to the lower 48, visit blockitpocket.com or call 888-315-9618. blockitpocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MyTV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MyTV. 1-855-905-MyTV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MyTV. 1-855-905-MyTV.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document? Worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average over 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE, 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
Yeah?
Did you want to see me, sir?
Well, I did, but now that I do, I'm not so sure.
Sir?
Johnson, I got a mission for you that could change your life.
Oh, good, sir.
It involves traveling halfway around the world without so much as half a clue of where you're going or what you're going to do when you get there.
Situation normal, sir?
Uh-huh. But I'll be leading this mission, Johnson, so I'll be telling you what to do.
You, sir?
That's right, Johnson, and I say first things first.
Oh, good plan, sir.
And what I say is first is food. Always remember that, Johnson. Food is a big deal.
Sir, my brother-in-law can get us a really good deal on some surplus MREs.
Johnson, if you've got half a brain and that empty head of yours, you'll call the freeze-dry guy like I did. That food is better for you, it rehydrates faster, and it's good, Johnson, and it keeps for up to 30 years.
Will we be gone that long, sir?
I hope not. Now get your supplies organized and meet me down to the pier at dawn on Sunday. We sail at sunrise.
Yes, sir.
This adventure is brought to you by the Freeze Dry Guy. Call 866-404-3663 or visit freezedryguy.com.
What good is a Big Berkey water filter?
We get that question a lot here at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And in a word, the answer is protection. Protection from water main breaks, E. coli contamination, environmental chemical spills, pesticide runoff, chlorine taste and smell, and all forms of fluoride. Plus, Big Berkey water filters are the original gravity water filter system and most trusted on the market for a reason. Tested by multiple independent NSF EPA certified labs, they are the gold standard in water purification. At only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. That means big savings. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get a Big Berkey today at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit our website or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
A little right, a little left, but always independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network, GCN.
All right, we're back on the bright side. Pharmacist Ben here. 844-236-6010 is our number. We're talking a little anxiety and nitric oxide. We'll get to probiotics and anxiety here in the coming days. There's a super important relationship between nitric oxide and anxiety. The brain reads nitric oxide levels, and when nitric oxide levels go up, the brain says, emergency, something's going on, and thus the feelings of anxiety, which are kind of a generalized sense of emergency. We'll continue talking about that tomorrow, and then we'll talk about the importance of nitrates and nitrites. Yes, I said the importance of nitrites and nitrates, and why you want to eat nitrates and nitrites, but not just any old nitrates and nitrites, and we'll be talking about that in the coming days on the bright side. 844-236-6010 is our number. Time to hit the phones. Let's go to Texas and welcome Barbara to the bright side. Good morning, Barbara. What's going on? What up, Barbara? Hey.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, Barbara. What's up?
Hi. I heard you speak in Austin last week.
Okay. What'd you think?
I'm online. This is my first time on listening to your show.
Okay.
And
how was the talk? Tell me how you like the talk.
It was excellent. It confirmed a lot of things I've been studying on my own.
Good deal. Are you a healthcare professional by any chance?
No, I've just been interested in it for years.
Okay.
Since the 70s, actually. I just read.
Good for you.
And I am a longevity distributor.
Nice.
From having been in Beyond Organic. That's just found out 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So Kim Butler told me to connect with you.
Good deal. Well, I'm sipping on my Suero V right now. Love the Suero V. I did a whole Suero V fast yesterday. I'm going to break it here after the program, and I'm doing sipping on it right now. So how can we help you, Barbara? What's going on?
Okay. I just found out from my dentist, who's a biological dentist, that I need to have a tooth extracted. The molar. I started the Daniel fast 3 days ago, and I also have a friend in longevity who's a colon hydrotherapist who's recommending I do liver coffee cleanse.
Okay.
But the dentist says, "Oh, you're fasting. You have to stop.
You have to stop. You have to stop fasting.
Pre-surgery.
Why did he say that?
I'm not sure if he knows what a Daniel fast is.
I don't know what it is either, but fasting is definitely something that's a good idea before you have surgery. Absolutely.
Okay. That was my thought on it.
Yeah. You want to have the body as clean as possible, as clean and pure as possible, no inflammatory factors. Now, when you're done with the fast, when you're done with the surgery, you want to make sure you're getting enough nutrition, and you probably want to, before you do your fast, you might want to load up on vitamin C and maybe.
I'm already on the fast, and I loaded up with vitamin C.
Good. Good. I don't know what you're done.
They do a vitamin C IV drop in this dentist office.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Sounds like you got a good dentist. Ask him why he doesn't want you to fast. I'd be curious to know what he says.
Okay.
Okay.
And then Kim Butler wants me to connect with you.
Shoot me an email. Shoot me an email with your phone. Put an email with your phone number, and I'll call you back. Put Barbara from Texas.
So much. So I agree with you. I'm going to stay on the fast.
That's my thought. I'd like to know what the dentist is thinking, though. If you could let me know, I'd be curious to know what his mindset is.
I'll see him tomorrow.
Okay, good deal, Barbara. Thanks so much for calling. Thanks for the kind words, too.
Thank you, and I love your mind.
I appreciate that.
And what you're teaching. This is my first time listening, and I will continue.
Oh, God bless you. Thank you so much, Barbara. Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful day. Good to talk to you. Thank you. Oh, it's beautiful. I love that. You know, sometimes you do these programs, and I do my presentations. I've been doing them for many, many years, and you don't really know what people are thinking, or what kind of response or what people are, or how they're responding. And so when I get these kind of phone calls, very gratifying. Thank you, Barbara. Appreciate it. All right, Tyler in Tennessee, welcome to The Bright Side. What's up?
Hey, Tennessee, Ben. Enjoy your show. I've been listening for quite a while.
Thank you.
I'm curious. I just turned 50, and this is an awkward question. What's the nutritional equivalent?
Sex. Has to do with sex, right?
The Viagra issue.
I knew it. Always sex when it's awkward. Why are we so uncomfortable about sex? Everybody has sex.
Well, I imagine it's because of the amount of people listening to your show. So.
Well, now they all know. Know.
I haven't researched your archives, and I had time to call in today, and I'm curious what your opinion was.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about erectile dysfunction. That's what you mean, right?
Yeah.
Okay, number one, it's a circulatory issue. Number two, it's a stress issue. Those are two things to look at, the circulatory system and stress, and they're related. When the body is under stress, anxiety, emotional distress, physical distress, and you've activated the stress nervous system, it's not going to let you have sex. Sex is not for, when you're running from a tiger, you're not supposed to have sex. And this is what the emergency response system is designed to do, get you away from a tiger. Now, today, our tigers are the IRS and our dysfunctional families and the government and our bills and our jobs and our bosses and our wives, et cetera, and our husbands. That's what our tigers are. We have modern tigers, but nonetheless, to the body, it's a tiger, and the body's just going to try to get you away from a tiger, and it's going to marshal all of its resources to your legs so you can get the heck out of the situation, and it's going to take it away from your third leg, if you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying here, Tyler? It's not going to let you have sex, and it's not going to let you have a baby either. For women, infertility is a big crisis. And same idea. For ladies who are, and families who are trying to get pregnant, who want to have a baby, if you're under stress, and I'm not talking about psychological stress only, I'm also talking physical stresses, digestive stresses, toxins in the body, All of these will keep the stress nervous system, the sympathetic nervous system active, and you aren't going to be able to have sex. Now, second compounding variable is going to be the circulatory system. Once circulation starts to get clogged, and you guys, and Tyler, listen, I'm going to tell you something very, very important. There's only one cause of disease. It's clogged plumbing. That's it. That's the cause of chronic degenerative diseases or unpleasantness. Clogged plumbing. That means the blood system gets clogged and the lymph gets clogged, and that follows digestive distress and sugar. And also, it's compounded and made worse by low oxygen, poor breathing techniques and stress, emotional or otherwise. So number one, first and foremost, relax the body. Before sex, activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the relaxation nervous system. Take a hot bath, breathe, meditate, yoga, massage before sex. You know what I'm saying? Relax the body before sex. If you're activated the anxiety, stress nervous system, you aren't going to be able to have an effective erection. You know what I'm saying here, Tyler, right? So relax the body, number one. Number two, if it's long-term, you're going to need to figure out what's getting into the blood that's affecting the circulatory system, the circulation. Moving the body around by getting on a rebounder can help. Reducing your intake of sugar is very important. If there's any digestive issues, that's important. Deep breathing techniques are going to be important. And then nutritional supplements can be amazingly effective. Vitamin E is one of the most important of all the circulatory vitamins, and it's associated with better sex, by the way. In fact, tocopherol, which is the name for vitamin E, means tocopherol, to carry a baby, to have a baby. Tocopherol means to carry an offspring, carry offspring. It's a fertility vitamin. Vitamin E, zinc is also super important for the male hormone system and the female, for all hormones. And zinc deficiency, by the way, is extremely common, as is vitamin E deficiency for that matter. 50 milligrams a day of zinc, 400 IU a day of vitamin E. Niacin can be very helpful in addition to the entire B complex. You might want a timed release niacin, 200 milligrams time release a day. Make sure you're sipping on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Omega-3 fats can improve circulation. Make sure you're using your ultimate EFAs. Get on the Healthy Start Pack and then throw in 50 milligrams a day of zinc and then throw in 400 IU a day of vitamin E, and then you might want to toss in some magnesium. Well, the Beyond OsteoFX will get you some magnesium. There's niacin, 200 milligrams time release, along with the entire B complex. These are all wonderful strategies for male sexual performance. Arginine, don't forget about arginine. We're going to talk about that here in a couple of days. Super important for the male hormone system and the heart, for that matter, and the circulatory system and blood sugar. I'd be doing about 500 to 1,000 milligrams of arginine a day. All right, thanks for your call, Tyler. Appreciate it. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back right after this.
A little over a year ago, I began to do a lot of research into why, even if I had a pretty good-sized meal, that I was still starving. And my research led me to a well-known fact that most of the soils that we grow our crops on here in the United States and across the industrialized world are almost completely depleted of almost all of the key minerals and trace elements that our bodies need to rebuild themselves, fight off cancer, and be healthy. I then searched out the best vitamin and mineral company out there and discovered Youngevity. The Youngevity products are designed to give you the real nutrition you need, and once you've got that, you don't have to eat as much to be satisfied. I've lost 37 pounds in 2 months, simply getting the vitamins and minerals I need. Check it out for yourself. It's incredible. Go to InfoWarsTeam.com today and order your first canister of Beyond Tangy Tangerine Complete Multivitamin Mineral Complex Dietary Supplement. That's InfoWarsTeam.com.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
How many good people procrastinate? When was the last time you updated your last will and testament, your living will, and your healthcare power of attorney? If you could get these documents included with your Legal Shield membership for no additional charge, wouldn't it just make sense to have the peace of mind of owning a Legal Shield membership? Worry less and live more with lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com or call 855-340-SAVE. That's 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
We love that you're passionate about GCN. And whether you're a listener, a business owner, or a radio industry professional, we've redesigned the new GCN newsletter to keep you in the know. Get updates on your favorite GCN shows and hosts. Go to GCNlive.com and click on the banner in the upper left corner. Just for signing up, you're automatically entered for monthly giveaways. Start receiving your newsletter today. The future of talk radio. GCN.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey Guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit goberkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey Guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are GCN.
All right, we're back on the bright side. Tara, what's going on? Tara in North Carolina. How you doing? Good morning.
Hey, Ben. I have 4 questions.
Ooh, I got a bunch of calls here, Tara. Why don't you
I'll
give
do
me
it fast.
Yeah, let's go fast.
Okay, so the one for today I'll do last because I have a feeling you're going to talk about it tomorrow. But, okay, if you have skin tags, moles, and a small
diabetes,
is that a sign of
insulin,
diabetes?
blood sugar. Yeah, well, not diabetes, full-blown diabetes, but your blood sugar's starting to get whacked out. Anytime cells are growing out of control, the first thing to think about is blood sugar and insulin, blood sugar / insulin, same idea, and then 2, estrogen. Skin tags usually are associated with blood sugar problems. That's the first thing to think. Okay. What's your next?
Okay, I've been being asked these 2 questions a lot because my husband and I are distributing Tingy-Tan, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I know you talked about it a while back, the heavy metals, and why does the Tingy-Tan not have a USDA organic sticker? Because everyone's like,
is it organic?
It's organic.
If it's organic, it's going to have a sticker on. I don't know. That's a good question. I was told it was organic, and I haven't even checked to see if it has a U. Well, there's different regulatory agencies for organic. The USDA is one. There's another one called EcoCert, and there's a few different organic certifying bodies. I'm not sure if the USDA. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look. Let me look into that for you, Tara, and I'll get you an answer tomorrow or the next day. I'll give Longevity a call. I don't know the answer to that.
Okay. And then the heavy metals is
heavy metals. Well, what's a heavy metal, Tara? You tell me. There's no such thing as a heavy metal. It's a marketing word. It's a generic word. What they're talking about is certain forms of certain metals, but there's no classic definition of heavy metal. So what you're talking about is forms of certain metals that are not in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, methyl mercury, for example, that are trivalent chromium. These are metals, forms of certain nutritional elements, or certain elements, I should say, not always nutritional, that are toxic. None of those are in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. There's no toxic metals in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. There are metals, or they're minerals, but they're not heavy metals, and heavy metals isn't even really there's no strict definition for that term. What you really mean is toxic metals, industrially produced metals. There's none of those in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Those
Okay, I
plant-derived
didn't know
minerals.
how to explain it.
That's how you explain it. And by the way, we had a geologist on, Dr. Andrew Harley, a couple of weeks ago, and maybe I'll have him on again, and he was very clear about the distinction between these toxic metals and plant-derived organic metals. Just think about it this way. Plants have a magical ability to turn rocks into nutritional elements, and the minerals in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine come from plants. And they're on the ingredient deck because they're all derived from plants, hence the term plant-derived minerals. They're not heavy metals. And you have anybody who thinks that there's any heavy metals in anywhere or even knows what a heavy metal is, call me on the air and we'll have a discussion about that.
Okay. And then you're talking about nitrates and nitrites.
Yes.
How do you get that in your diet?
You have to listen, Tara.
Okay.
I'm going to tease you on that one. I got to move. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a beautiful day, Tara. Shane in North Carolina. What is up, Shane?
Hey, I guess I'll have to call you at a different time for some of my personal things because it sounds like you got a lot of people waiting. But my main thing, I'm calling about my mother who's been diagnosed with polymyalgia rheumatica.
Oh, that is the dumbest thing a doctor could. There's a lot of dumb things a doctor could tell you, and that's one of the dumbest. Fibromyalgia is another dumb one. That's like saying she has muscle pain. How dare a boneheaded doctor say to somebody, I'm diagnosing you with pain in your muscles?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it means.
Now, the question is, okay, now this is really interesting.
Sorry to get mad there. That just ticks me.
When she first decided to go to the doctor, she's not a go-to-the-doctor kind of person, and that's probably why she's still alive at, like, she's well into her 70s.
Probably.
Now, she started having this pain and kind of migraine kind of pains in her head somewhere.
Yeah.
So she went to the doctor, and get this bonehead put her on 100 milligrams of prednisone. And then she got to the point.
You're just trying to get me mad here. You're just trying to get me mad, Shane. Don't make me mad.
Listen, no, I'm not. But this makes me mad. This is my mother.
Yeah.
And she was losing hair, and she was like, felt like the medicine was hurting her worse than what she had before that.
Right.
100 milligrams.
Yeah, right. 100 milligrams.
She was losing weight, losing hair.
Unbelievable.
And then she decided, you know what, I can't take this. So she went to the doctor, and he was trying to say, oh, you still, you can't just go down on this, you'll die. She's like, oh, that's great to know. I can't stop taking this medicine or I'll die. So she decided to start cutting pills and taking matters into her own hands and praying and, doing everything else too.
Good.
And she basically went back to the doctor and said, hey, guess what? I'm down to this much a day now. And I don't care what you say. I'm going to keep reducing. I'm going to keep breaking up these pills and going off it myself. Finally, she went off it totally. But then she started having the head problems again.
All right.
So she's back on prednisone, but only now 4 milligrams.
Well, let's take care of her. We'll take care of her, right? I'll take care of her as a pharmacist on the radio that you'd never met before. I'm going to tell you right now what to do, okay? First of all, PMR, polymyalgia rheumatica, just means pain in your muscles. It has to do with the circulatory system, an inflammatory condition, period. It's the stupidest diagnosis next to fibromyalgia. They're all stupid. Diagnoses are descriptions. So you go to the doctor with pain in your muscles, and he says, oh, you have polymyalgia. Well, no kidding. That's why I'm here. I don't need you to tell it to me in Latin. That's a...
So is there something she can do to get off
Yes. Listen, my friend. If you have an inflammatory condition, something is getting into the body that shouldn't be getting in, period. Okay? Does that make sense? I'll continue. Sure. I just want that to make sense to you. An inflammatory condition is a defensive response. That means something has gotten into the body that shouldn't be. And there's only one way that can happen, unless your mom is shooting up heroin in an alley somewhere, okay, or unless she's working in a coal mine or she's breathing in fungus and mold somewhere. It has to be food. So focus on food. It's the only way things get into the blood. Listen, all disease is clogged blood. Clogged circulation, I should say. Dirty blood. Clogged lymph. Dirty lymph. All of this comes in from the digestive system. I'm not just sitting here ripping on the foods we eat and how we take care of our digestive system and emphasizing the core of the body and the gut and the intestine because I'm a food Nazi. I'm telling you because this is where disease begins. Inflammation means you got something getting into the body. The most likely source of entrance into the blood, I should say, the most likely source is through food. So focus on foods. Have her fast, okay? Have her fast if she can. How old is she? Did you say she's 78?
Probably 75. I think she's 75.
Okay. So whatever. If she can fast for a day, immediately the pain will start to relieve itself. If she can't do a complete fast, get her on some Suero V. If you know what that is. It's called Suero V. Go to brightsideben.com or criticalhealthnews.com and order the Suero V. Go to the Beyond Organic. Yeah, I got it right here. I've been sipping on it. I can't even find it now. SUERO, Suero. And the last, I think it's VIVE. It's either VIVE or VIE. I keep forgetting.
Got it. I'll recognize it.
You'll recognize it. Get her on the Suero V. Have her sip on half a bottle every hour, and go into a day's fasting. I guarantee you, in 1 day fasting, she's going to start to feel better. Now, she can't fast her whole life. She's going to have to start eating, but have her eat. Notice how her body responds after she eats. And I'm telling this to everybody. I'm not just talking to Shane here. This is for all chronic degenerative diseases that involve inflammation, which is pretty much all of them. Focus on foods. Focus on the foods that spike up her pain. You follow what I'm saying? And she'll notice that when she eats certain, especially if she hits the reset button with a day or two of fasting, 2 is even better than 1, she'll notice that she's feeling better, and then when she eats her favorite food, all of a sudden the pain's going to come back. So
now, this is while she's still on the prednisone, though, right?
Yes. You're going to have to wean her off the prednisone with great care. Prednisone shuts down the body's own steroids, and then when you stop the prednisone, you don't have any emergency steroids, and it takes a while for them to build up. So you want to reduce the prednisone slowly. Prednisone is going to disrupt digestion. It's going to make her digestive system worse. So she already has a digestive problem. Dr. Bonehead has made it worse with prednisone. You follow what I'm saying?
Yep.
So the prednisone is going to make the digestive problems worse. So fasting becomes really important if she's on prednisone, at least for a day or two. Again, she's going to need to nutriate. I'm not telling her not to ever eat again, but a day or two of hitting the reset button, then reintroduce foods. Notice when her pain spike back. Get her on the Biolumin Nightly Essence immediately. That's the probiotics. Probably wouldn't hurt her to start using some digestive enzymes and apple cider vinegar after her meals. There's lots you could do.
Okay, so like some Brags or something?
Not like some Brags. Brags. It's the best.
Brags. Okay.
Yes.
So
Brags.
After what now? Brags.
Brags apple cider vinegar, organic, after meals. And she can even do a little bit on an empty stomach, just a little bit, and see what happens. This has some anti-inflammatory properties too. Focus on the gut. That's what I'm telling you here, my friend.
Yep.
Okay, Shane, God bless you. That's terrible what's happening to your mom. Yeah, they did it to my mom too. I know exactly what you're talking about. And that's why this is personal, you guys. They're doing it to my friends. They're doing it to my mom. They're doing it to people I love and care about. And that's why I do this program. That's why I get a little ticked off sometimes. And I'm sorry to do that. All right, I apologize for leaving you on hold, you guys. I think tomorrow we'll get to our calls a little earlier, and we'll try to squeeze in. The phones are just blowing up here the last couple of weeks. So anyway, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks so much for listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back at you tomorrow with more good health information. Check out my blog, pharmacistben.com, and join the Brightside Ben team. If you like what you hear on this program, join the Brightside Ben team. I can come out there and help you build your business, do programs for you, presentations for you. Call 866-735-2470. They can tell you all about it. We'll talk to you all later. Have a wonderful, beautiful day. Bye for now.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Worried about getting sick and feeling terrible for days or even weeks? You need Immudyne for a healthy immune system. Why get sick and bother with products that just don't work? For just $1 a day, Immudyne is all natural and safe for all lifestyles. Call 866-257-8668 to buy now before it's too late, before you get sick. Or go to IMMUDYNE.com, Immudyne.com, or call 866-257-8668.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a Wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Walland Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Walland Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall and Associates, 1-800-425-4610.